Aaron is working
Just send a message to our patrons.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna edit the video that's due yesterday.
That I was supposed to edit. I was supposed to edit it. Am I slacking?
How did you get out of that one, Garcia?
Well, I'm supposed to be writing an article about our electrical system.
You didn't do that yet.
I'm gonna do it, but I also have to button up some things down in the basement. I gotta dry it in, if you will.
I would rather Brian be the one to button up the basement, so I'll do this.
You're looking cute over there.
This is so comfy, this chair. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So comfy.
And right up there, folks, see that system right up there? Yeah, that internet system. We have a SIM card on the way. Our AT&T one that we got, it didn't work like we were told it was going to. Luckily, it was just a month-to-month plan, so we were not out that much cash for it. So we'll see if it works. All right, y'all, so I made these pieces. All it is some galvanized sheet metal. Made some L's. These are gonna be the corners that go on the corners of the underbody storage. Now, I already installed 2 of them because I needed kind of a system to go by and see what would work best. So now that I installed 2 of them on the pretty side of the bus, I'm gonna go to the ugly side of the bus, the dark side of the bus, and install the other 2. And I'll take you along there. It's gonna be real moody lighting because it's poor lighting over there and it's cold. So let's get in there. So it's tight quarters under here. So I'll see if I can get you a shot or not. Okay, so the first thing that I did was put the piece into place, and I needed to note where I would need to notch it because there's angle iron right here, and I measured all the way down so that the piece would span the entire distance, but we need to notch the bottom edge a little bit so that the piece can slide through into the underbody. So I used the Sharpie from the inside right here on through this little area right through there. I could see the sheet metal there, and so I reached through with the Sharpie and just marked it at this level here so that I was sure to trim high enough. So now I could see my mark with the Sharpie, and I'm just gonna go a little bit higher than that just so that I don't mess it up. And I'm gonna cut until I've got about 2 inches of room right here because that's how thick the wall is. It's 2 inches thick. There we go. And then we'll trim this shorter. And then bend that piece over. There we go. So made the little notch. So now we'll go back under and see about sliding this through one more time. There we go. That fits wonderfully. Cool, so now we'll take this and pre-drill these outside the bus so that we have holes to go in. Because pre-drilling allows me to put a couple sheet metal screws to hold it in place while drilling through this metal. And so what this piece does effectively is it's sealing off the corners. So we have one of these on each one of the corners, and it's sealing off the entrance into the corner of the bus. And then after we get this affixed with rivets, we'll also have seam sealer under here. We'll spray foam this entire corner just to have some insulation value on the exterior, and then on the interior we'll insulate it as well. All I'm doing, y'all, is drilling holes now, and I know you can't see it, so I'm gonna turn this off. There's the aftermath, y'all. That is difficult to get into, but I put seam sealer, I riveted it, and it goes all the way to the top up over here. So that's corner's done, except for the spray foam. We'll do that after all this dries. All right, and that's what the inside of the corner looks like. So that sheet metal there is the one that came through, right through there. And we had seam sealer all along there, and it's all gushing out, so it's doing its job. So we'll be able to zap some spray foam in that little corner, kind of like we did here. We still have to clean up all of this, and then that corner will be finished. So we're doing the same thing to all four corners. It's extremely tight in there, so I'm not going to pull the camera through there again. Just because I don't want to break the camera, and it's too tight of quarters. So there you go. Some stuff is just too hard to show, but that's how we're doing it. All right, so now that all of the outside corners are all attached, they're seam sealed, they're screwed and riveted on. I've got some inside corners. So this is going to be for the inside corner. They're 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch sheet metal that I just bent in a 90. I want to pre-drill some holes there, and these are going to be set up so that when it's time to spray foam the crack, we'll shoot a line of spray foam and jam this in there and then screw it in real quick. There we go. That looks good. Now I'm going to do this on the dark side of the bus. All right, so we're not quite done sealing this off. So we got some more of this Eternabond tape, and we're gonna put it around there to finish our sealing job. Let's get to work. Got the entire flashing all covered now. Now let's flash this edge with that. All right, so here we've got some Duralon. This stuff is typically used for HVACs, for doing like accordion sort of deals in plenums where there's vibrations. And so what I was thinking of doing is cutting off one of these edges and just having that other piece here, the canvas, kind of go over the edge, kind of like a drip edge. So we're gonna start by cutting off one edge. I think it might be easiest to cut it maybe with a razor blade. So I got the Olfa. Might put on some gloves for this. So I was thinking that we might be able to wrap this stuff around the edge here. We might need to trim this a little bit. Although this seemed like a good idea, we already ran into a problem. This is kind of coming in and it won't allow the dome to close. So I might do some relief cuts so that it'll flare out a little bit more. Or, I don't know. I gotta think about it for a little bit. All right. Erin had an idea.
I had a great idea. I thought, hey.
Tell him, Film Buddy.
Why don't we put slits in the skirt that goes around the dome, and then put pieces of metal behind the slits, and then wrap that tape stuff around it. So that's what Brian did. And now I'm gonna go back inside and work on a video for you guys.
Thanks again to Film Buddy.
Bye-bye.
Here's her idea. Look at that. So we cut slits all the way up to the edge of the wood, and now we're putting in some metal to hold that flare out. So it should be pretty good. I'll let y'all hang out and watch. There we go. Look at that. Not the prettiest flashing, but it'll do. I don't know how else to flash something that's around. Luckily this is DIY, and we could always take it apart and reflash it if we need to. Something also, if you know how to flash something that's circular like this, definitely drop a comment. We'd love to know. But for now, I think this will work.
This project is taking a really long time. Right, Brian?
Yeah. too small, too big. Too big. I need to go and shave a little bit off.
So we don't have enough wood made to do the curves. So we're gonna need to make more wood for the curves on both sides of the bus, driver and passenger side. And then we're gonna also need to make more wood for the back. But that's okay. This is just a really labor intensive project, but it's looking so good. We really, really love it and can't believe how fun it looks. Like, we were worried it was gonna look kind of crappy, maybe, but it looks really fun. Look at that.
It's coming along.
Now we start over and we make more wood from pallets. So I gotta take them apart and then plane them, route them, cut them to size, maybe cut them to size, then route them. Anyways, back to the beginning. That was easy. Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna do a lot more of that. So we have a few pieces left to go in the ceiling back here. So we're gonna put the pre-made ones that we already have ready up. I just kind of eyeballed the shower curve right here. This piece right here. Eyeballed the end of it. Let's see if it fits. Oh, shoot! That's perfect! Oh, sick! Okay, I want to show you how I got the curve perfect. This is pretty smart, I thought. So what we did was I held the board up like this. Brian helped me hold it. And then what I did was I took my finger and I just held it up against the wall. And then I moved along my hand on the wall to follow the curve and kept my pencil out at the exact same position the whole time. So I was really just following the curve with the palm of my hand and then using the pencil to trace the line on it. And that, dear friends, fits like a glove. 11 p.m. and we haven't picked up the camera all day. Because pretty much what we're doing is the same as before. You want to see what we're doing though? It looks really good. Look at that. Holy smokes. Sorry, our lens is beat up a lot. I think we need a new lens cover because, or protector or whatever, because this one is really, it's beat up. So, sorry, everything looks dirty. But yeah, super impressed with how this pallet wood ceiling is coming together. Better than either of us probably ever expected. It looks so pretty. It's a lot of work, like a lot. And we're still gonna need to process more boards. We have enough boards processed to finish the entire back of the bus. And then once we're done that, we've got different ceiling for the bathroom, and then we'll need to still process this stuff. All of the rib stuff here, we need to still make that, but there's not as much to create because it's like shorter spaces. And then, hey, there's Brian.
Hey, how's it going?
And then there's little spaces here and here. But that's pretty much it. So we need to still make those, but we're working our buns off trying to get the back done right now.